From the floor of the New York Stock Exchange to the floor of the Consumer Electronics Show, investors and CEOs continue to watch for ripples of a slowdown. Whether you're looking at markets, commodities, wages, even consumer demand, clearly some cracks in the armor. Here with her view from the C-suite, Adena Friedman, Chairman and CEO of Nasdaq. Adena, Happy New Year. Welcome. I really want to start with your view on where we are with the market to start 2023 versus where we were in 22 and 21, particularly when we're talking about the SPAC evaporation and retail investors' attitudes towards risk and their impact on the market.
Great. Well, it's great to be here. Thanks, John. It is an interesting start to 2023, and I think that, frankly, over the last few years, we probably haven't been able to predict how the markets would behave over the year when we started the year. So really, retail investors and all investors have been on a bit of a roller coaster ride for the last couple of years. I'm hopeful, though, that in 2023, a lot of the unknowns that are really driving the markets today, things like where are the interest rates going to end, where's inflation going to land, where's the economy going to go, those are start to become knowns. And I think the most important thing for investors is to be able to predict the future. It's been very difficult to predict over the last couple of years. I do think that as we get into 2023, those unknowns will become more known. It will become more predictable, and hopefully that will mean that investors will be more ready to put capital to work and start to really be more discerning about which companies to invest in. I thought that the last interview was great in terms of showing that not all sectors, not all companies in every sector are going to behave the same. So how do we start to make those those conviction decisions and give more confidence to investors, particularly retail investors who've been on that roller coaster ride?
One of my favorite things that Jeff Bezos has said about management leadership is we give a lot of attention to what's unknown, but a lot of good leadership is focusing on what you really do know is going to happen in the future and making investments there. So what is that for you, maybe in the context of why you're at the Consumer Electronics Show? I mean, CEO of Nasdaq at CES, what's going on there?
Yeah, well, first of all, we're really excited because we announced a change in the way that we're structured as a company at the end of last year. And we now have three key divisions that are driving our company forward. And we're really focused on three key megatrends. One is the modernization of markets. I met with you last year at the AWS, actually in 2021, announcing that we were going to bring our first markets into the cloud in 2022, and we did that. We launched our first options market in the AWS cloud in partnership with them, and we just signed a client. We provide technology to 130 other exchanges around the world, and one of our clients has also decided to take that cloud journey. So that's a big focus of ours. The second area is in transparency, working with corporates and investors to make it so they can navigate the markets more seamlessly, particularly in the spectrum of ESG. And then the third is anti-financial crime. And that's where, frankly, we impact consumers all over the world with our anti-financial crime solutions. We want to try to protect every transaction in the banking system. We have 2,500 bank clients, and we use very advanced technology, cloud and AI capabilities to manage that anti-financial crime business. And of course, we also have our indexes. Right. The Consumer Technology Association, we partner with them. We have these index products that are really geared towards the next generation of technology, cyber, AI capabilities, a cloud index. And so being here at the Consumer Electronics Show gives us a really good frontline view as to what are the trends that are going to define consumers going forward.
Adena, I want to go back to anti-financial crime, and I know you've made some comments in the past about how crypto needs to be more regulated. There needs to be more guardrails, rules around that. I think the Sam Bankman-Fried mess, what's going on with Gemini and Genesis, have really raised the retail investors and really the culture's attention to, hey, even though there's innovation, there still has to be protection. How do you think that narrative plays out throughout 2023? What more do you think needs to happen? Are there opportunities for Nasdaq's business there?
Yeah, well, first of all, trust is the underpinning of the financial system. And whether that's in the digital asset space or the traditional asset space, trust is everything. And so as we look at the three key pillars of Nasdaq, it's liquidity with our markets, it's transparency with our data and analytics, and its integrity with our anti-fin crime solutions. And what we've been doing with our AFC solutions is really broadening out and creating capabilities that serve the digital asset ecosystem. So we have digital banks and digital exchanges that use us for anti-fin crime capabilities. But what we've done is really bring a lot of those traditional bank solutions and adapt them for the digital asset solutions. I personally feel that, the digital asset ecosystem has really suffered from a severe lack of trust. And now it's a matter of how do they rebuild that trust? How do they rebuild the integrity to make it so that it can become a sustainable part of the economy?
Yeah.
And that's going to be the real test in 2023.
Well, you got a lot more company in that feeling now than you might have had a few months ago. Adena Friedman, CEO of Nasdaq, joining us from CES. Thank you.